Hello! Welcome to Dogmom Daily. Since we just started our new YouTube channel, we thought it'd be a good idea to introduce ourselves first to you. I am Janice. I am the dog mom of this channel. And this is Brandy Poo, the time-traveling, adventurous little doggo of whom I'm so happy and privileged to be taken care of. He doesn't actually time travel, but I'll get back to that in a bit. Anyway, Brandy Poo turned 14 years old this March of 2023, but I really only started taking care of him when he was already 6 years old. He was originally my dad's dog. In 2009, my mom's cousin was breeding dogs at that time, and just one day she showed up at our doorstep at our house and she brought this little 3-month-old puppy with him, and she gave him as a gift to my mom and dad. At that time, I was actually still living abroad, but I do remember the very first time I met Brandy when he was roughly around 6 months old and I was home on vacation. Brandy, was equally fond of both my mom and dad. It was really my dad who handled his day in and day out care, He was really like Brandy's Hooman, and it didn't come in as any surprise because my dad was the biggest dog lover he would ever meet. When Brandy Poo was around 3 years old, I moved back to our hometown. I easily formed a bond with him. In those early years with Brandy Poo, my dad would show me like the ways and how he would take care of Brandy's needs, like cooking Brandy's meals from scratch, grooming Brandy himself, and just taking Brandy with him everywhere, even for mundane errands and such. Unfortunately, and without warning, my dad passed away right before Christmas of 2015. It was a real big shock to our family, but no one was more shaken than Brandy Poo himself. He probably was wondering why my dad just, disappeared out of nowhere. But the saving grace is the night before he died, my dad relayed to my family, like we were saying our goodbyes to him. And I had a chance to have a very private talk with him. And even though his speech was very slurry that time already, I really could understand that he was trying to tell me that he wanted me to be Brandy's new owner from then on. So it was such an honor for me that, that's the one last thing he asked of me. And of course, instantly I said yes. So I became the lucky Hooman to Brandy Poo ever since then. In the time that we've been together as Hooman and Doggo, we've gone on so many adventures, like so many adventures. So I am a filmmaker by day, working mainly as a screenwriter, director, or line producer. And I've taken Brandy Poo with me to on a lot of my sets where, the crew would fondly refer to him as the second assistant dog director, second AD, and also the official Good Vibes ambassador. And he truly is a Good Vibes ambassador. I mean, because you can really see how much good vibes he brings to people on the set. On a film set, we work really long hours, so it's nice to see tired crew members who've been working long days just interact with him. He's like a therapy dog. Not really, but he's just that presence that cheers them up and comforts them. Brandy Poo also loves to go on island adventures with me. So he's already traveled to three main regions of the Philippines. So that's Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. He really loves it when he gets to ride with me whenever I go kayaking or stand-up paddling. But his absolute favorite is island hopping on a motorized outrigger canoe. Here in our place in Cebu, in the Philippines, we call them pump boats. And he just loves to ride those things. Now, I said earlier that Brandy Poo is a time-traveling dog. What I actually meant by that is that in 2018, I published my very first book based on Brandy Poo himself. And the title of the book is Brandy Poo's Time-Traveling Adventures, Book 1, The Legend of the 14th Shih Tzus. So because of this adventure spirit, Brandy Poo really inspired me to write this fictional tale, which is based on the historical origins of how the Shih Tzu breed came to be. It's like a children's book, like it's like 248 pages. So it's for middle grade, but it was just so fun to write about it because he is a character in the book. He's the main character in the book. So earlier this year, just a few weeks right after he turned 14 years old, I had a good friend suggest to me that, why don't I create a YouTube channel wherein I can share so much more of his adventures to a much wider audience rather than just mere friends and family. And I admit the idea sounded really appealing to me at first, but I didn't act on it right away because, as a filmmaker, I'm so much used to being behind the camera rather than being in front of it. But weeks and months passed, and I started to realize that, it's over the years I've had people come to me, friends, acquaintances, and even strangers. They come up and they ask me, like, how did you manage to take such great care of this dog? They're asking for tips and pieces of advice on how I really managed to care and nurture such a healthy and active senior dog. I mean, even at his advanced age, he still carries on well. So I finally decided to just roll with it, and voila, here it is, Dogmom Daily. So in this channel, I'll be sharing lots of homemade dog recipes, doggy nutrition and healthcare tips, and even some how-tos when, traveling with your dog around the Philippines. I will also share here the medical emergencies and issues that Brandy Poo has had in the past and what we did to help him overcome each one of them. And I'd also love to talk about the dog rescue community here in my city and how I can use this platform to advocate for their causes. We're so happy that you managed to end up here in our channel. Look, he's even smiling. With that, we look forward to creating more content for you soon and just, telling our story. We hope you can like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit that notification bell so you can look out for our next video soon. Thanks again, and see you on the next one. Ciao for now!